Diddy is literally creepy. There's no if, buts, there's no alleges. It's just the guy is crazy as hell and Karma is a bitch. And boy, are we seeing it. So we're going to be talking about P. Diddy and Justin Bieber's weird encounters, this viral clip that has resurfaced on the internet.
Like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Justin Bieber looking a little bit awkward and kind of like, say what? Whilst P. Diddy is just like, you know what, we're going to spend 48 hours together. I'm going to show you this. This is every 15-year-old's dream. I want to clarify in this video, Justin Bieber is 15 years old and P. Diddy is 41 years old. If you guys don't see anything strange with that, don't know what to tell you. It's giving shivers down my body, and I'm not even exaggerating, babes. Like, it's literally making me feel really uncomfortable, and I have so many questions, so let's go ahead and get on into it. So the article here, which I'll link down below for you guys if you are interested to read yourself, it says, video of Diddy bragging about 48 hours he spent with teenager Justin Bieber resurfaces online. Now, there's a lot happening with Diddy. I think a lot of people have their foot on his neck. His house has been raided, and when I mean, well, multiple houses in different locations have been raided. They are after something and they want this man. He's been accused for a lot of things such as sex trafficking and just basically not being a decent guy, but more so being what I like to call a monster. But I think it raises the question for a lot of people, like, is this why Justin Bieber acts like this? God, what has Justin Bieber witnessed? Protect child stars. Was Justin Bieber potentially groomed? I think that we have to understand this was a kid at the time, and this is someone who, in my opinion, is a predator. Preys upon young people, innocent people who know nothing of the world, but just know that P. Diddy is like this everything. Now, for me, I know people are gonna be like, oh my God, but you're black, you're black, you're black, you're black, you're black. You should, no, listen, hold on a second. Okay, of course I grew up in a house where people were like playing R&B and hip hop, and P. Diddy was most definitely being played in the house. I'm not gonna lie to you, has hits when they're not stolen. But he isn't godlike to me. Like, a lot of people really did worship this man. I'm like, okay, I can appreciate the work ethic. I can appreciate somebody being a black billionaire. Like, that's inspiring and everything. But he never was godlike to me. I never really was obsessed with him or was crazy over the hype. Maybe it was before my time. But even older people that I talk to, girl, they don't. Anyways, right now he's having 48 hours with Diddy, the rapper said in the video, which appeared to take place outside in the sunshine in some sort of garden. We're here hanging out and we're doing what we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
I've ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
What does that mean? Please enlighten me. Because innocent old me is thinking, okay, like maybe Diddy's gonna show him his cars, like the luxury, how big his mansion is. But also, I didn't ask for a room tour. I didn't ask for a house tour. I didn't ask for a car tour. But of course, a 15-year-old is going to be gassed, especially a boy. Anything to do with cars, they're going to be like, oh my God, I want to ride. One day I want to be able to drive a car like this. Justin Bieber was pretty much a hit sensation at this time anyways. So, but he wasn't able to like really enjoy the luxuries and the millions. I'm going to only assume it was going to his mother and management. He never really reaped the benefits at that time. I think until you're 18 years old, that's when you can really spend your own money and really like live the lifestyle how you please. So of course he was infatuated by a lot of the cars and the wealth that Diddy had, and I'm sure that, you know, being a Canadian boy and watching a lot of music videos from hip-hop stars and R&B stars, you name it, he was probably just really gassed. It seemed that Justin Bieber offered a nervous smile next to him. For the next 48 hours he's with me, and we're gonna go full crazy.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours he's with me, so and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy. I can't even imagine the things that Justin Bieber had witnessed, the conversations he had heard. 48 hours of P. Diddy doesn't seem fun. I think I'm cool. I think I'd rather go home and take my ass cheeks at home, where I know I'm gonna be safe. Like, what did those 48 hours consist of? I think is what us nosy people want to know. What does buck full crazy mean? He's with me. Like, I mean, we understand now that a lot of child stars didn't have their parents present around a lot of the time. They had to just kind of like hand their kids over to management and people who were going to change their kid's life and make this person a mogul and sensation. And this was definitely before social media, you know, so things were just different back then. Now, I'm gonna only assume that Scooter Braun, aka his manager, I know they've now parted ways. Scooter Braun was this close to Justin Bieber for a very long time. I'm talking years and years and years and years and years. Even if you're not a Justin Bieber fan, you always saw Scooter Braun near Justin, and that was like his huge clientele at the time. So where was Scooter? Why didn't he do a good job at protecting him? Where are there any other adults present in this video who were protectors of Justin? Or were there just adults around P. Diddy? How did he get there? What happened in those 48 hours? Because no, I mean, you could have given him like a car tour, a house tour, but that should be up in like, what, 30 minutes max? And then toodles, time to go home. Choo choo. What did those days consist of? What did those nights consist of? Who was coming in the house? Who was leaving the house? Like that, all of that can be traumatizing and can send someone into a spiral. Okay, so let's rewind it back to February of 2020, where Justin Bieber did a sit-down interview with Zane Lowe for Apple Music. And, you know, they were going on to discuss plenty of things about his Changes album, but then there was a part where he kind of like broke down speaking about Billie Eilish as she was this mega star, and he basically wanted to do a good job at protecting her and letting her know that if she ever needs to call him in regards to anything, then he's going to be there for her, because he knows what it was like to be in an industry at such a young age and to just be taken advantage of and all of that. So go ahead and check out this clip.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's a superstar.
What was going through your mind when you saw that kind of reaction?
I wanted to protect the moment. You know, I don't know how many opportunities I'm gonna get. You know, we never know how many opportunities we're gonna get with anybody. I mean, I'm tearing up thinking about it, just with the Kobe situation, you know? I just wanted to be a good example, and it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing, and I want people to take a look at my story, and hopefully my words can make a difference.
Also, there's another video in the studio.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so. Right. Okay. My number?
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something weird about someone who wears sunglasses indoors. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bitch. I've worn my sunglasses indoors, but that's because my eyes looked hella red and the eye drops weren't helping them brighten. Okay, like, I have my reasons. But there's so many clips of him wearing sunglasses inside, and it's just kind of like really weird. But then when he finally does take off his sunglasses, it's just giving dead in the eyes, giving not much soul behind them. He doesn't want to hang out with you anymore. He doesn't want to hang out with you anymore. Get it into your skull. He don't want anything to do with you. And also, Justin Bieber mentioned that Diddy was trying to like go through a bunch of people in order to get Justin's number to hang out. That's just like weird. Why are you messaging a bunch of people? Like, why are you not busy doing something else or looking after your own kids? Why are you going through a bunch of different people to try and find a connect to just... It's weird. It's so manipulative. It's so calculated. You're taking advantage of a 15-year-old because you feel like he knows no better. But I feel like Justin Bieber did know a little bit better. Now, it is a little bit weird, though, that Justin Bieber was on the Love album. Is it called Love? Or am I making that up? I'm not saying that when you're 40, you're not young. But, like, even in some of these clips, the way he's, like, walking, like... It's just giving cringe. It's just like, bro... Don't you have meetings to be attending? Like, don't you have stuff you should be doing? Where's your kids? I mean, I would get it if his kids wanted to meet Justin because they were huge fans and Diddy found a way to make it work. But even at that, like, the dude is 15. I wouldn't bring him to the house. Like, there's ways to make this a not so weird thing, a not so inappropriate thing, you know? I would get it if, again, it was the kids being a huge fan of Justin. I just don't know. Girl, let me go, because I'm really trying to make this make sense. Can you tell? I was researching. I fell into this random loophole, and I came across a few articles, actually, maybe 2 or 3. Now it gets extremely dark. I do want to express this is all alleged. There's a huge possibility that this isn't actually true. But someone in the congregation that the church Justin Bieber attends, came out to reveal a lot of these things. So let's get into it. I'm sure a lot of you guys would know that Justin Bieber is, a Christian. He, has been photographed outside church several times, attending Bible study classes and whatnot. It's so sad because you can't even have privacy whilst attending church. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this the statement that I'd seen. It said Justin Bieber told hundreds of people at a Bible study class in LA that he has woken up to the evils of the music industry and he needs to take a break from the industry because it is controlled by the absolute worst kind of people, pedophiles. Now, this article was written in 2017. Bieber has become a regular at the Bible study class held at the Montage in Beverly Hills, and on Saturday 22nd of July, he shared what he described as a horrific story with the congregation and explained why he felt he had to quit his world tour. Describing a party on tour attended by the upper echelon of the music business included executive VPs of development, producers, power agents, and international financiers. Bieber said he was encouraged to SA a young child who had been brought to the party for a sexual gratification of the industry elite. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't, they said. This kid was drugged. It was horrible, Bieber said, explaining that it was made clear to him that he would gain entry to the business side of the industry if he joined the club by passing the initiation rites. I wouldn't just be a performer, I'd be a mogul. That path would open up for me like it did for Jay-Z. It's the difference between being a millionaire and a billionaire. But Bieber told the congregation that he wouldn't do it. To join the club, I'd have to do bad things to this poor kid. But then I realized that even that wasn't enough for them. I'd also have to kill this little child. Bieber said he had heard rumors about this type of initiation in the music industry, but he had not been confronted with it before. I got told they secretly film these parties. Once they've got you on the video doing something like that, they own you. Bieber said his conscience is clear because he didn't participate, but the fate of the drug child is haunting him. They said this child was raped by a few different guys. They said he was bleeding. I got out of there, but I heard he died, and that haunts me. This allegation from Justin Bieber adds to the wave of accusations made by celebrities and musicians about the real nature of the music and entertainment industry elite. Corey Feldman and Elijah Wood had both gone on record exposing the pedophilia at the heart of Hollywood. Again, this article was in fact written back in 2017. This is around a time where we didn't know. Well, it wasn't really popular, any of these allegations or headlines surrounding P. Diddy. Obviously, it was a known thing in the industry by some, but again, definitely not as huge of a story as it is now. So just bear that in mind. And also, this is all just alleged. I'm going to clarify that and reiterate that for the millionth time in this video. I think anyone can see how disturbing and sad this situation is. Obviously, it's important the victims come out in their own time and just speak on it they feel the most comfortable sharing and stuff. I don't know whether Justin will come out to one day reveal a lot of the mishaps and disturbing things he's witnessed in Hollywood. Maybe he would do it once he's retired. I don't know. Really, I have no clue. I think that for us as a general public, we have so many questions when it comes to a bunch of different celebrities because we've seen so many child stars, specifically former Nickelodeon child stars and Disney stars, come out to talk about the producers and the executives who were there who took advantage of trust and were abusive, So I think that another child star we could all think of who was a global icon was Justin Bieber. So I think when we see little bits and stories, we start to think, I wonder if he's ever going to really speak on it. But I think that he's quite cryptic about it. I think that he would do things at his own time, or maybe he would choose to never really speak on it. But, people on Twitter seeing the clips were absolutely disgusted, seeing him and Diddy and Justin's looking uncomfortable, but just having to smile awkwardly. And I feel like we've all been in an unfortunate situation like that where we've just been uncomfortable. We just had to be like, yeah. You just play along with the monster. It's pretty clear that Justin Bieber wished he had a lot more people there to protect him, especially when he was younger. He even references that a little bit in the Zayn interview that I showed you guys earlier, where he was talking about Billie Eilish. Now, to touch back on to the previous point that I was making, the comments that he was allegedly saying at church, we don't know whether this is true. I believe that you'd go to church because you can trust the people there, even though that's not always the case. But, you probably feel the most comfortable and the most safe just venting. And you would also think that people in church wouldn't have their phones, ready and record. You would think that they're just there to listen. Now, I don't know whether this is true because how do you remember everything that Justin Bieber was saying about the industry? Now, my memory is all over the place, so maybe I'm just projecting here, but I don't think I'd remember Justin Bieber, saying all of that and then that detailed. I don't know if I can really imagine Justin Bieber saying that, but then again, I don't know the kid, so who knows? Again, all alleged. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. But this definitely does continue that conversation of child stars and a lot of the darkness of Hollywood. I think Cat Williams really just set the year off as a year of exposing people, even though us commentators and, you know, commentary channels and gossip channels, tea channels, whatever, have been on it for the longest of time. So, yeah. I don't want to continue this video anymore because I just feel like it just gets creepier and creepier as it goes. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think of the conspiracies? And yes, I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video.